That's what I meant to do, is pull down the waiver. All right. And I just want you in a comfortable position on your mat, whether that's cross-legged, maybe you would prefer your legs straight out. You can also put a yoga block or a pillow under your hips. We won't be here for too long, but enough to just kind of be able to be comfortable and focus on some breath. So in this position, I want you to feel those sits bones on the mat. You can wiggle side to side to feel them, and then you're going to grow tall out of those sits bones. So nice tall spine. Hands are just going to come down onto your lap. If your legs are straight out, they can come down to your sides. Palms turned up. If it feels comfortable, you're going to close your eyes and just start to deepen the breath. So inhale, feel your lungs expand. And exhale, let some tension go, whether that's in your head, your neck, your shoulders, your hips. With each breath, maybe you're able to get a little bit more air in. And maybe release a little more tension. On your next inhale, I want you to reach those arms all the way up to the sky. Grab opposite wrist, so right hand grabs left wrist, and just gently lean to the right side with a gentle pull on that left arm. Inhale through center, exhale to the other side. Try your best to keep your chest facing forward. And just move at the pace of your own breath. Taking it as slow as you need to this morning. One more each side. On your next inhale, I want you to reach up center. On your exhale, you're going to twist to the right. Let your hands come down. Left hand comes to the right knee. And just go into a gentle rotation. Inhale, reach high. Exhale to the left. Repeat that now at the pace of your own breath. And just find your range of motion. Maybe you're able to get a little bit deeper, looking over that back shoulder. On those exhales, you're starting to feel that core engage by pulling the belly button to the spine. One more to each side. This time we'll hold. So find that rotation and just hold for a breath in, breath out. Inhale, back center, same thing on the other side. Hold. And then gently come back center. You're going to stay in a seated position, but your legs are going to go out in front of you a bit. So if you need to turn on your mat, please do. I want your knees slightly bent, legs kind of out. You're going to come into a cat and cow in this position. So from here, I want you to pull your rib cage forward through your arms and then look up if it feels okay. You can use your thighs as a little bit of resistance. And then exhale, round out your spine, pulling your chin to chest. Inhale, open. Exhale, round it out. Inhale, open. Look up if it feels okay. Exhale, round. You're going to meet me in a neutral position between those two extremes. Release your thighs. We're going to come into a rotation in this position. So your heels are lightly on the mat, your legs slightly bent. We're going to rotate to the right. When you feel like you can't go anymore, I want you to extend that right arm back Inhale through center. Exhale, rotate to the left. Same thing. Extend that arm. Inhale, center. You're kind of in like a half roll down position here. So you really want to pull that belly button in, almost creating a C curve with that low back. You might feel some hip flexor work here. That's okay. We won't be here for long, and we do want to strengthen those. You have one more to each side. Rotate, extend, back center, switch. You're going to come back center, gentle grab underneath your thighs and roll yourself down to a supine position. Bend those knees, bringing the feet to the mat. You're going to windshield wiper the legs side to side. Find the range of motion that works best for you. Keeping both shoulders on the mat. Breathing as you move. Meet me back in the center. Heels are going to come as close as you can get them to the glutes, arms at your sides. Inhale in to prepare. Exhale, you're going to engage that core, tuck the tailbone, and roll it up one vertebrae at a time. Pause at the top as you inhale. Exhale, roll it down. Thinking of length in the spine. Inhale at the bottom, exhale, take it up. Inhale at the top, exhale, take it down. Two more just like that, pace of your own breath, really focusing on articulating through your spine, creating space between each vertebrae. You'll meet me at the bottom with your hips heavy on the mat. We're going to come up on our right tippy toes. Our left foot is still planted, and we're going to do some hip raises. So instead of rolling through the spine, we're going to lift all as one, our torso and our hips. So you're going to squeeze your glutes, engage that core, lift up, pressing mainly through that left foot. Right foot is just a little kickstand. Inhale, lower down. Exhale, squeeze and lift. Inhale, lower down. So now you're going to have an option to add your arms. It's going to be a little choreography as you lift. Your arms come up overhead. Exhale, arms come down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Just getting some mobility in those shoulders. Good. This is 3, 2. Last one. I want your arms to stop over your shoulders, so over your chest. We're going to do little pulses. So I'm still up on my tippy toes on my right foot. I'm going to lower my hips just slightly, squeeze and lift. Lower, squeeze and lift. We've got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower all the way down. Hands come to the mat. Right foot now goes flat. Left foot comes up on the tippy toes. Same thing here. Start with just the hips. Lift and lower, pressing through that right foot mainly. Lift and lower, squeezing that glute. So the more you drive through that right heel, the more the right glute will fire. Now you have the option to add those arms as you lift. They come overhead and then lower to your hips as your hips lower. Inhale as you lift, exhale as you lower. If you're breathing the opposite way, fine with me. As long as you're doing both inhaling and exhaling at some point. Squeeze, lift, and lower. Last one, I want you to hold those hips up, arms come up over the shoulders, and we lower slightly and lift. We've got 10, 9, 8, really squeeze that glute, core engaged. Don't feel that pressure in your low back. This is 5, 4, 3, 1, lower down. Good work. Go ahead and take the bottoms of your feet together. Let your knees lower wide. Butterfly stretch here. Big deep breaths. This can be an intense stretch, especially after what we just did. So if you need to support your knees, you can. Try to just let them heavy towards the mat. Go ahead and help those knees back together. Feet come flat on the mat. Right leg goes out long. We're going to point the toe, lift and lower that leg. I want your goal in this to be length. You want to feel a stretch in that hamstring down the back of your leg as you lift, so at your highest point. And then as you come down, you're trying to find the most length and the most depth without letting your low back come off the mat. So if you feel those hips rock forward, then I want you to stop a little sooner. Try to keep that core strong and in charge the whole time. Toe is pointed just to extend that length. Give me 2 more. And then we're going to find external rotation. So long lengthen that leg. We're going to rotate externally, foot flexes. We lift and lower. Same thing. I want you to find the length. Now you're thinking of lifting through your inner thigh. But your core really has to engage to allow that leg to move in this rotation. Lift and lower. Give me 3, 2, 1. Hold halfway. You're going to pull it in, press it out just like a frog. So my leg is coming in at an externally rotated angle, like I'm swimming breaststroke, and then I'm extending it out, holding that rotation. As it extends, you want to exhale, pull that belly button down. Two more. Then this leg gets a break. And rest. Right foot comes to the mat. Left leg extends. Find that pointed toe. Lift and lower. Same thing here. We want to find that stretch at the top. With the pointed toe, there's a chance you'll feel a stretch down your shin. That's okay too. Keep that length, reaching the leg out of the hip. Exhale as you lift. Inhale as you lower. This is 3, 2, 1. Coming into external rotation, flexing the foot, lift and lower. Same breathing pattern. Exhale as you lift. Lifting through that inner thigh, maintaining the length. Now, length doesn't mean my knee is locked out. That's really hard in this position, but it just means I'm reaching through my muscles outside of my hip. Thinking about length while I strengthen. This is 3, 2. Frogs are coming up next. Hold halfway, pull it in, press it out. Find the angle that works for you, maintaining that rotation muscularly, not just letting the knee fall out to the side. Two more here. And then the left foot comes back to the mat. Good work. Find that windshield wiper again. Knees fall side to side. Legs are going to come out a little bit. So you're going to walk your feet out about halfway to fully straight. And we're going to perform roll-ups. So you have a couple options here. If you know you can do these with straight legs and no momentum, you can do that. Or you're going to follow me. Inhale, arms come overhead. Exhale, belly button comes down. We lift, find our thighs and use them as support to sit all the way tall. Arms come up overhead.
Then we tuck, round, and lower down. Same thing, walk the hands down the thighs if you need. Lower down, inhale, arms come overhead. Other options, straight legs out. Exhale, we lift, reach tall, tuck, round, and lower down. Whatever variation is better for you today. Use those legs as support rather than performing a Frankenstein, which is on the floor, holding your breath, and rolling up. We want to come up slow and controlled, forcing our core to do the work. So using our thighs to do that is the better modification. Arms come overhead each time. You should be breathing out the whole way up and the whole way down. So it's a long, slow breath. 2 more of these. Articulating through the spine, just like in those bridges. Reach high and release, me in a seated position. For this next one, if you have tight low back, tight hamstrings, like me, sometimes it's helpful to put a pillow or a block underneath your hips. We won't be here for too long, but you want to try your best to keep your legs nice and straight. Your core is going to be strong. Same position we started with. We want to find those sits bones and sit up nice and tall. Arms are going to come out to the side. With that, we want to make sure they're rolled back and down. So our shoulders aren't coming up to our ears. From here, we're going to rotate to the right. So exhale, spin to the right like a helicopter. We're going to hinge at our hips, reaching for that right pinky toe. We're going to saw it off for 3, 2, 1. Take it up center, switch sides. Exhale to the left, hinge for 3, 2, 1. Take it up center and repeat, going to the right. You should feel a big stretch from the bottoms of your feet all the way down up the back of your body. So you're only finding the depth and range of motion that works for you. That's going to look different than mine. I'm very tight in this position, so I can't reach very far. You might be able to reach a lot farther. Take it center, twist, and reach. We've only got 1 more each side. And reach. Maybe you're able to get a little further each time. This is your last one. Take it center, release those arms, bring the bottoms of your feet together, now finding a seated butterfly stretch. So sit nice and tall, let your knees fall, you can even flap them up and down. Let those inner thighs and the hip flexors kind of release. You're gonna meet me on your right side. We're gonna be in a lifted side plank. So I want you to make your way to your right forearm, your right hip, and your right knee. They're all going to be on the ground, aside from your hip, I should say. So you're going to lift your right hip up. Now, the modification of this is to keep that right hip on the mat all the time, okay? So we're going to lift. Our left knee is going to mirror the right, but we're going to lift and lower from here. I want you to try your best to keep this left hand off the mat. We won't be here for too long. So I want you to challenge yourself by holding this position. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower that hip to rest. I'm going to show you our next move. Again, you have the option to keep the hip here, or you come into this lifted position. Left arm is going to come overhead. Left leg extends. We're pulling knee to elbow and reaching. Join me if you haven't. Option is lower that hip. Perform that same movement. Core is engaged. My chest is open to the front. We've got 4. We're almost there. 3, 2, 1. Lower down. Good job. Go ahead and come on to your tummy.
You're gonna find a forearm position. So elbows are under the shoulders, and we're gonna lift through the chest. It helps to have our hands open to the sky. So our palms are open. It's gonna help turn our shoulders into external rotation. I'm sliding my shoulder blades down to lift through my chest. You should feel a little bit of a stretch in your abdominal muscles. We're gonna alternate from this position to a forearm plank. So we're gonna tuck our toes, press up through our forearms, find our forearm plank. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the hips, untuck the toes, slide the shoulder blades down. Find that cobra. Hold for a breath in, a breath out. Tuck the toes, lift the hips, forearm plank for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down. Untuck, lift the chest, hold, breath in, breath out. Tuck the toes, lift the hips, we hold 5, 4, breathing as we hold 3, 2, 1. Lower down, we have 2 more cycles. Untuck the toes, lift the chest, breathe in, breathe out. Tuck the toes, lift the hips, hold 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down. Untuck the toes one more time. We lift the chest. We tuck the toes, lift the hips. Last plank, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Set the knees down. Go ahead and press yourself up. We're meeting on our left side. Same thing here. Our left knee and elbow are on the ground. The hip starts on the ground, and then we're going to lift up. Right knee, right leg mirrors the left. We're going to lift and lower. Squeezing that right glute. Breathing as you go. Shoulders are stacked. Hips are stacked. Give me 3, 2. We're going right into those crunches. Arm and leg extend, pull. Option to keep that hip on the ground. Find full extension and full crunch as much as you can. This is 4, 3, 2, 1. Set that hip down. Turn onto all 4s. Hands are going to be underneath those shoulders, packing the shoulders. Tuck the toes under. Send the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Take a second to pedal it out here. Sway the hips as much as you can, or as much as you need to. Heels are going to reach to the mat. Walk those hands in towards the toes and slowly roll up. We're coming into a bit of a balance challenge. The good news is your core and your glutes are very warm, so they should be ready to help you. But I'm going to give you all the modifications. If you struggle with balance or you're just feeling off balance today, be near something you can hold on to. Desk, wall, door, whatever you've got. From here, I want you to shift your weight to your left leg. Right leg, you're going to lift up into a march position. So your goal is to get it about hip height. From there, preferably without touching the ground, you're going to come back, kick the leg back through the glute, and then hinge at your hips, coming into an airplane position. So my arms go back. Then I come up, and I repeat that. My leg comes forward. Now the option here is to tap the toe, hinge, and lift at the same time. So you're just tapping in between for that modification. Lift up. You can also just decrease the range of motion. So maybe you don't go as parallel to the floor. You just lift slightly, hinge slightly, and come back to that march. Now, if your balance is there today, I really want you to focus on your muscle activation. So when I'm coming forward, my quad is lifting the leg with my core. And then when I go back, I'm squeezing that right glute, hinging forward, lifting that right leg.
Give me one more on this side. Lift. Take it back. Right leg comes to the mat. We're just gonna switch sides. Shake that left leg out. Shift your weight to your right foot. Core is engaged. Left leg marches. Knee lifts. Take it back. Squeeze the left glute. Hinge. Arms go back. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. And come up. Your goal is to have a flat back. Think single leg RDL. Slow and steady. This is not a race. I want you to find as much control as you can. Take it slow. If it's getting frustrating, just find that little wall of support or prop of support. Know that we always have the days that are better with balance, and we always have a side that seems better with balance. So if today is not your day or this side is not your side, try not to let that get you down. That's why we're practicing it. Give me one more on this side. Left leg comes back to the mat. Shake it out. Walk to the back of your mat. Feet are going to be as wide as your mat. Reach your arms high. Exhale, roll down one vertebrae at a time and walk it out on your mat. Find a downward dog. So my hips are high. My heels are reaching to the mat. Pressing away through the upper body. Take a breath in. Breath out. Inhale, walk those hands out or just come into a full plank. So my shoulders are over those wrists. I'm going to take my right knee, bring it to my left elbow, take it back and switch. Knee opposite elbow and switch. The modification of this, knees down, extend one leg back, knee finds the mat, and we switch. Exhale as you pull that knee in or as you press that leg out. Find your speed. You don't need to go fast. We're here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Knees come down. Knees come as wide as your mat, toes together. Sink those hips back. Walk the arms forward. And breathe. Big breath in, big breath out. Try to sink your chest towards the mat as much as you can. And just slow that heart rate down. In this child's pose position, I want you to plant those elbows on the mat. Clap your hands together and bend at your elbows. You're going to create like a shark fin over your head. And you should feel a little stretch in those triceps, the backs of the upper arms. You can scoot those elbows as far forward as you need. Send your armpits towards the mat to get the most out of that stretch. Inhale, release those hands. Slowly press yourself up. Take your time getting up off the mat. Feel free to stay there as long as you need to. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. If I don't see you, I hope you have a great weekend. I'll see you back here next week.
Thank you, Kimber.
You're welcome.